What do you think of Stokes craft?
Well, it's got very good points and some very bad points from my point of view. From the good point of view, from art point of view, this is an amazing place to work because the people are very arty and very interested in art and very creative, and it brings in other creative people to the area, and that is really good for our business. And it's really nice to be working in such a vibrant area. Lots of young people who are interested in the arts and crafts and are very dedicated to making the world a better place.
I run this cafe, Hoover House Cafe in Stokes Croft.
Jeff Gardiner, and I'm from Threadbreaker Cycles on Cheltenham Road. Before, I really believe it's made no difference to the commercial aspect to this road. What has made the impact in this area is residential, and in the number of people living in this area, they want to go out on a Saturday morning or on a Sunday morning, and the impact is now the cafes. That has nothing to do with the art.
Yes, yeah, I do. I think just being in the cafe, you notice people stopping a lot and taking pictures and enjoying the artwork that's out there.
It's had a massive positive impact on this area, and we've benefited from it a lot. We've worked hard with it, but we have quite by accident landed in an area that became very arty. So we can't underestimate how much that has helped.
The actual artwork, I think it's great. Unfortunately, you've got various other people who come along and scribble their own tags and whatever, which spoils it. But certainly the ones we've got across the road look really good. And it's a good variety of street art here.
Some of it I do. Yeah, some of it is really good. A lot of it is, like I say, it's teenagers with pens and spray cans who are now legitimised to go tagging because they can call it art, where it's still vandalism.
I like some of it, but for instance, the back of our shop, we've been here 17 years. About 10 years ago, I got one of the graffiti artists, before it was still growing graffiti. We paid him to graffiti the back of our shop, roller doors, because at that point in time, if you left a bare wall, it was often tagged. But if you got some graffiti on it, good graffiti, nobody would paint over it.
I think it's probably mixed. I think it's, like I said, it's quite a changing area. I think people, the reputation I always pick up when I mention that I've got a cafe here is people say, oh, that's an area that's really sort of improving. I don't hear a lot of negative things about Stokes Croft. I think I think it's changed a lot.
Now that is another question that I come unstuck with. I really like graffiti, and I love some of the graffiti artists that we get in the shop, and I've got a big Rowdy's Stone Tortoise, which is one of our graffiti artists, in my front garden. I love some of it so much, and a lot on my walls. But when all this art, the graffiti on the walls here, was first done, one of my big fears is that although some people are good artists, some graffiti artists are good graffiti artists, and if you've got a tatty old wall that's been graffitied over and is really horrible, then a bit of graffiti art on it enhances it. But the problem is that once you say one person can paint on the wall, it gives how are you going to say to somebody you can't paint on it? That you can't say to one person you can do it and you can't.
The stereotype of the area, unfortunately, now is that it's the art culture of Bristol, which is rubbish. The art area of Bristol is in Spike Island, which is over by the cut, along by the Cumberland Basin. That's where the art is. That's where Aardman Animation are. That's where the studios are. Not a 16-year-old lad with a can of paint painting on a bus shelter.